Yeah, good evening, Joanna. What did ma'am do today?
So we didn't have her class today, sir.
Didn't have class. Okay, did ma'am start rational, this square roots? Square and square roots?
No, sir.
No.
She didn't.
Fine, Joanna, we'll start square and square roots. Okay, can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Square and okay, before starting this, remember the laws we studied in exponents. What are the laws we had?
The product law, quotient law, and power law.
Yes, product law, quotient and power law. So in this we'll be using only product law. What do you mean by product law?
Sir, multiplication becomes addition.
Addition. When the base is same, we add the powers, right? Powers or degrees. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
this entire chapter is related only with product law. We use only one, that is product law. Fine. Before starting this, we add base 5 to the power of 2. What do we call this 5 as?
Base, sir.
Yeah, 5 is known as base. And this 2 is
Exponent.
exponent. We call it as power, degree or exponent.
Yes, sir.
Okay, power, degree or exponent. So how much is 5 square? So what do you mean by exponents? 5 square. The base is multiplied
20.
twice. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the base is multiplied twice. So it is 25. So anything to the power of 2, we call it as square. Fine. Any base to the power of 2, we call it as square. If not, open page 36, 35, Joanna. Page number 35.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can you see the definition given? What is square? If a number is multiplied by itself,
The product obtained is called the square of that number.
yes, if a number is multiplied by itself, the product obtained is called the square. So can you see the number is multiplied by itself? 5 into 5. Okay, 5 into 5 is 25. So what's the square of 5? What's the square of 5?
25, sir.
25. This is the concept of square. So anything, any base to the power of 2. What should be the power?
2, sir.
2. Any base to the power of 2. Okay, what's the square of 7?
The 49.
Yeah, square of 7 is 49. You just have to square 7 square, that is 7 into 7 is 49. Okay, this is square. Next, square roots. Square root is just opposite of square. Okay, so we have 5
Okay,
square
sir.
is 5 into 5, that is 25. Now this symbol we call it as root,
Okay, sir.
and this we call it as root. So now root of 25. Now let me take a value. Let me take the root 25. Okay, this symbol we call it as root. And just for assumption, if I place a mirror here, what will be the reflection? The reflection of this symbol will be similar to this, right?
Yes, sir.
Just assumption, this symbol. So this, remember I taught you prime factorization method?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this symbol represents prime factorization method. So you have to factorize. How do you factorize? This we call it as prime factorization method.
Isolation.
Okay, in prime factorization method. So what is prime? What are prime numbers?
Sir.
Which is divisible by
By-
1 and itself, right? Any number which is
Yes,
divisible or which has only two factors. Can you give me examples? Okay, we'll start with 2,
2, 3,
5,
5, 7,
7. What about 9?
9.
No, 9 is not prime number. It is composite, right?
Oh, so
Yeah.
yes, sir, it goes in 3.
It has three factors: 1 into 9, 3 into 3, and 9 into 1. So whichever has three factors,
Yes.
it's not a prime number. Okay, so 9 is not a prime number. What about 11? 11, 13?
11, 13.
Yes, 11, 13, all it goes on. All these are prime numbers. So when you have to use prime factorization method, we use only these prime numbers, right? We use prime numbers.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now there is 25 and we always go with the last value, 5. So which number will you choose? 2, 3 or 5?
5, sir.
5. Prime factorization method or just remember like LCM. Okay, for LCM we usually have two values, but there is one here. So how many times 5 gets divided? 5 5s are
5 times.
5 times 25. 5 1s are 5.
5 ones are 5.
5. So what's the answer you get? 5 into
5 into 5.
5 into 5. So in the beginning
So 5.
5. In the beginning I told you square. When the word square is given, what's the degree? What's the degree or power? 2. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the power, degree or exponent is 2. So whatever value you get, you have to pair it up. In the sense, you'll have to pair with two numbers each. This is one pair, right? This is one pair.
Yes,
it has
sir.
two numbers. From this, you're supposed to take only one value, 5. So what's the answer for square root of 25?
So 5 square.
5. Just 5.
Oh, just 5.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Look here, I'll tell you. How many 5 is present here? How many 5s do we have here?
2, sir.
2. We have 2 5s. And according to exponent law, when the base is same, how do I write this? I take base common. Degree I add, right? 1 plus 1 is
2, sir.
5 square. Okay.
Five.
So yeah, so we found 25. For 25 prime factorization method, we found 5 square. So instead of 25, let me write in the next step 5 square. So instead of 25, I've written 5 square. What does this symbol known as? This one?
Root, sir.
Root. So the value of root is 2. Fine. So this 2 and
Yes, sir.
2 and the root gets cancelled. So what is
Okay,
left?
sir.
5.
5, sir.
So you have to pair. First you find prime factorization method. Whatever answer you get, just pair it like this. Two values each. You get 5.
Okay, sir.
Okay, just the opposite. Okay, let me give you another value. Find the square root of, let me say 16. Find the square root of 16. So square root symbol, this is just for example, Joanna. Okay. Just for example,
Okay.
just remember the square root opposite symbol is like this. So you have to find prime factorization method, LCM.
Okay, sir.
Always start with 2. 2, 3, 5, 7, like this.
Yes, sir.
Try this. So start from 2. How many times 2 gets divided? 2 8 is 16.
Sir, 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4,
2 2s are 4, 2
and
1s
2
are.
1.
Yeah, until we get 1. Okay, the remainder should
Yes,
be
sir.
1. Fine. What are the values we have here?
Sir, 2 into 2 into into 2 into
Okay,
2.
what do you mean by square root? What's the value of square root? The degree is?
2, sir.
Yeah, the degree is always 2. Which means whatever numbers you get, you have to pair in two values. So this 2 and 2. So from these two values, how many numbers you take? One digit, 2. Into, from this, you take
1.
1.
Sir.
1, 2. Okay, one value. So 2 into 2 is 4.
4, sir.
So what's the square root of 16? The answer is
4,
4.
sir.
Just 4. It's not, yeah, not 4 square or 2 square. It is just 4. Fine, understood?
Okay, sir.
Okay, now this base.
Yeah.
Yeah, what kind of base did we use? This 16 is what kind of number?
16.
It's an integer, right? Positive number.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let me tell you the types. Teach you the types. Types of numbers we use to find squares. The first one is integer. That is, we either use negative values or positive.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the second type of number we use is decimal numbers. Do you remember decimal?
Sir, yes, sir, little bit.
Yeah, 3.5, right? 6.2, such values. Then what's the third type? Fractions. What do you mean by fraction?
Sir, numerator by denominator.
Good. It has numerator and denominator. Anything which has numerator and denominator. For these three values, types of numbers, for integers we find, for decimal numbers, fractions. Okay, for these three types. Have you taken this?
So 1 second, sir.
Integers, decimal.
Done, sir.
Done. Okay, integers I've taught you. That is positive values. Fine. And look,
Yes, sir.
yeah, positive is done. Negative. For negative, I'll give an example. Minus 2 to the power of 2. This is negative integers. Right? According to which chapter is this? Which topic? If you have anything to the power of 2, exponents, right?
Sir, exponents, sir. Yes, sir.
The base is minus 2 and we have exponents. In exponents chapter, which law do we apply here?
Sir, power law.
Yeah, power law. So we have minus. How many times minus has to get multiplied? And 2? Twice each, right? So
Yes, sir.
yeah, minus 2 into minus 2. What do you get? Minus into minus is plus.
That's 4, sir.
Plus 4. So what happens to the negative power? When you square a negative value, we always get positive.
A positive value.
Okay, so this is a concept. You have to remember this. Any negative value we square, it gets converted into positive. Minus 10 square. What's the square of minus 10?
Sir, so you'll get plus 100.
Yeah, plus 100. Minus 10 into minus 10 is 100. Minus into minus is plus. 10 tens are is 100. Fine. Okay.
Yes, sir.
In the beginning I had given you all square roots. Do you remember that? From 1 to 20.
Yes. Yes, sir, I remember.
Okay. For homework, just go through that, Joanna.
Okay, sir.
Okay. If you have those values today, you can look at the values and answer. Tomorrow you have to go through this.
Okay, sir.
Okay. That is 1 square is equals to 1. 2 square is 4. What about 3 square?
Sir, 9.
3 square is 9. 4 square?
16.
16. Okay, can you see all the values are square? 2. The degree is 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is known as square. Okay, go through this and even the opposite way. 4. What's the square root of 4? 2.
Sir, 2 square.
Yeah, what's the square root of 9?
Oh. Sir, 3.
3. Okay, square root of 16?
4, sir.
4. Go through like this and even in the reverse order. Fine.
Okay, sir.
So 5 square is 25. So this is square. Okay, just the opposite of that. When you want to find the square root, okay, just the opposite is square root. So what is the square root of 25?
5,
Yes,
sir.
5. Okay, practice these values. Fine. Positive is done, negative is done. Positive value, negative value. Next we have decimals. Okay, second type of number is decimal. Fine. Before decimal, I'll finish fractions. What is fraction? It has numerator and denominator, right?
Then,
Okay,
yes, sir.
give me a numerator, any value. A numerator and a denominator.
Sir, 4 by 2.
Okay, 4 by 2. Look, 4 by 2 gets cancelled, right? The denominator gets cancelled.
Yep.
Something which, doesn't get 4 by 3. Shall I take 4 by 3?
Okay, sir.
Okay, what's the square root of this? According to product law, power law. How do you solve this?
So 4 square and 3 square, sir.
4 square and 3 square.
16, 9,
Good. 16 by 9.
9.
And later you can convert into mixed fraction. This is power law. Basically, square and square root is, we use power law. Fine. In this, if they ask you 4 by 3 or any, tell me some other value, 5 by 7. What's the square of this?
So 25 by 49.
Good. 25 by 49. So 5 into 5. According to definition, a value has to get multiplied twice. That is known as square. And 7 into 7. 25 by 49. Okay, understood for this? For fraction, if you get it in fraction.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next decimal. What if you get decimal numbers? So decimal number, for example, let me take 1.2 into 1.2. How do you multiply this? For decimal, first we remove the decimal, right? We remove the decimal.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so 12 into 12 is?
Sir,
Solve this. Multiply 12.
sir, 144.
Okay, good. 144, right? Okay, 144. How many decimals do we have here? How many decimal numbers? 1 year and 1 year. Total?
2, sir.
2 decimal numbers. So from the right hand side, you have to place back 2, right? 2 decimal numbers. This is multiplication rule. Do you remember this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so what's the final
sir,
answer?
Isn't for multiplication, isn't it from
No, that is
this
when you
side?
multiply. When you multiply 1.2 into 10, we move to the right hand side.
Okay, sir.
Okay, that is only with 10, hundreds and thousand. This is any number you
Okay.
multiply. When you want to place back the decimal, whether it is multiplication or division, remove the decimals first. Remove the decimal and multiply, we get 144, right?
Yes, sir.
Then there are 2 values. Here there is 1 value after decimal and 1. So 2 values. Later you place back 2. What's the final answer?
1.44.
Okay, 1.44. Yeah, understood the concept of these 3? Integers,
Yes, sir.
decimal number and fraction. So basically you get only 3 types of numbers. Okay, integers, fraction and decimal. Yeah, and one more, another point to remember here is, you can just take it as 4th point. Square of square or square root. Square or square root of even numbers will always be equal to even. What do you mean by that? Square or square root of even numbers is always equal to even. So give me an even number. Any even number?
So 4.
4. Okay, let me take 4. So when you try to square this, what's the answer? What is 4 square? 4 into
16.
4, 16. Can you see? The question is even number and even the answer is even.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this is the concept. This they might ask you all for MCQ.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
make a note of this. The square or square root of even number is always even. You know what are even numbers, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, John. Yeah, take this down.
Done, sir.
Yeah, the same goes with odd numbers. Okay, square and square root of square or square root of odd numbers. What will you get? Even or odd?
Odd, sir.
Odd. You'll always get odd values. Odd number. So give me any odd number.
Sir, 3.
3. What is the square of 3?
9, sir.
9. Can you see? 9 is even or odd?
Odd.
Odd. So square of 9 is square of 3 is 9. Even that is odd. Even the opposite is same. Let me take square root of 9. What's the square root of 9? How do you find square root? You take prime factorization method. What do you get?
It's 3, sir.
3 3s are 3 1s are. So you get 3 into 3, right? And when you pair this, you will take only one value.
So you get
3.
yes, sir. So you get 3.
Yeah. So what's the square root of 9? 3. Isn't
Yes,
it an
sir.
odd number? Isn't 3 an odd value?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is an odd number. Okay, so remember this. This is 4th and 5th point. So we studied
Okay,
what
sir.
is square, what is square roots. For square, what is the degree for square?
So for square it's 2.
2. Okay, any number which has to be multiplied twice. So the degree also will be 2. And what do you mean by square root? Or which method do we use in square root? To find
Prime factorization.
good prime factorization method. These two values you remember, then go through this types of numbers. We use positive numbers, negative, that is integer. We use decimal numbers and fraction. Okay, after this square and square root. For even numbers we get even, odd numbers we get odd.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, open page 38. We'll start solving. Page number 38.
Done, sir.
Okay, are these the questions in your textbook or different?
So these are the questions.
These are the
sir.
questions. Okay, what's the first question? Find the
Find the square of 59.
59. So square, for square what's the degree? 2.
2, sir.
Or square is nothing but just multiply 59 into 59. Calculate this. Nine nines are 81. 53. What's the answer?
Sir, is it 3,491? Oh, sorry, sir. Sorry, I made a mistake.
91 or 81?
81, sir.
Yeah, 3481, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 3481. Now let me take 3481. That's the final answer. 3481. Okay, according to the properties, not proper, according to the concept which I taught, is this even or odd? 59. What is 59?
Sir, it's odd.
Odd number. How do you differentiate even and odd? We always check the last value, right? The last digit.
Yes.
Yeah. If it is odd, the entire value is odd. Fine. For odd number, what's the answer we got?
3,481.
Yes. No, what is it? Even or odd number?
Sir,
Even
it's
odd.
odd, sir.
Check the last value. What is 1? Even or odd?
Odd, sir.
Odd. So both are odd values. Okay. That you don't have to mention. This is the answer. Just multiply 59 into 59. You get this. Okay. So what kind of
Okay,
number
sir.
is this? Integer, fraction, or decimal?
Sir, it's an integer.
Integer, right? We don't have any point or denominators. It is an integer. Okay. Next 6.3. What kind of number is this?
Decimal, sir.
Yeah, decimal. So find the square of 6.3. 6 into 6, sorry, 63 into 63. Six point three into 6.3. We remove the decimal and multiply 63 into 63.
Sir, 3,969.
Okay, let me check. 3 3s are 9, 18. 6 3s are 18. 6 6 are 36, 37. What's the answer?
Sir, 3,969.
3,969. Okay, 3,969. Right?
Nine.
Yeah. So there are two decimal numbers. How many decimal you place back? How many have to place back? Two, right? We had two decimal numbers,
Yes,
the
sir.
same two decimal numbers you have to place back. You remember like that? If not, look here. In this
Yes,
question,
sir.
in 6.3 square, how many decimals are there? How many numbers are there after decimal?
1, sir.
1. What is the degree here? 2, right?
Yes, sir.
2. So 1 into 2 is
2, sir.
2. So you have to place back two numbers. Okay, start from this end. Place back two decimals.
Okay.
1, 2. What's the final answer?
39.69.
Yes, correct. 39.69. And I think the third question is wrong, right? I don't know. This is the question given in textbook, which I have. What's the question?
Yes, the third question. It's just 15, sir.
15. Okay. Yeah, that you can try it for homework. 15 square. 15 into 15, you do it later. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Fine. One integer question is done. One decimal is done. Here 15, 2 by 3 is given. Okay, I'll give you a question. I'll give one mixed fraction question. Fine. Let me give 2,
Okay, sir.
3 by 4. Okay, this is mixed fraction. First, you have to convert into normal fraction.
Sir, a normal fraction would be 11 by 4.
Yes. First, multiply this. 4 2s are 8. 8 plus 3. 11 by 4. And 4 remains as it is. First, you have to convert it like this into fraction. Then you have to find the square. What's the square of 11 by 4? 11 into 11 by 4.
By 4 into 4, sir. So it will be 121 by 16.
Good. 121 by 16. Okay. So even all three types, from all three types, I have given you one number, right? One question. 121.
Yes, sir.
Yes. 121 divided by 16. Should I convert this into a mixed fraction again?
Sir, no, sir.
No, because the question itself is in mixed fraction, right? So you don't have to
Yes,
convert
sir.
it. It is 121 by 16. That's the final answer. Okay, next, read out the second question. What is given in the second one?
By splitting into prime factors, find the square root of.
Okay, by splitting into prime factor. Which method do we use?
Prime factorization, sir.
Yeah, by splitting. Sorry, by splitting, we have to split into prime factor method. and the question is 11025, right? Prime factorization method,
Yes.
it's like this. We use LCM. So last digit is 5. Which value will use?
So 5, sir.
5. Yeah, find the answer. Get me the answer. Let others join. We'll continue.
Okay, sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening. Good evening. So we got our marks today.
Yeah, good evening, students. Good evening. Got your marks? Which section?
Oh yes, sir. The A section.
A section. Okay, how much did you score, Tanishka?
So first I got 22 and half, so and in one question, so I got the answer correct, but in the last I forgot to reduce it, so but all my steps were correct. So I told ma'am, so ma'am gave me 1.5 mark for that. So and ma'am wrote it as 23 and half, so but I had to get 24 right, so.
Yeah, you had to get 24. Okay, let me
So
check.
but ma'am wrote it as 23 and half.
23 and a half. 23 and a half is considered as 24.
Oh, okay, sir.
Okay, so let me write. Where did I write? Okay, 25, right? Sorry, 20? 23 and a half.
Oh, sir.
Okay, 23 and a half. Who else got marks today?
Sir, I got Sanskrit.
The Dhriti, how much did you score?
Sir, I got 17.
That is 2 less Dhriti. Why 17? Where did you go wrong?
Sir, 17 and half is 18, sir.
Yeah, 17 and a half is 18.
Okay, sir.
You got 17 and a half, or 17 or 18?
Yes, sir. 17 and half, sir.
So that will be considered as 18. 23 and a half. See, if they convert into 50 marks, right?
No,
Yeah.
no, sir, 25 marks.
No, if they double it, if they give it for 25.
yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Did you all check your answer sheet? Dhriti, Tanishka, who else got?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, even I got, sir.
Yeah, Diyashri.
I got, sir, I got 22, sir.
22. Okay, others, Diyashri.
Such a show.
Yeah, Tanishka. Yeah, I'll note it down. Dhriti, Diyashri. Then
Sir?
Cherisha, yes.
Sir, 23 and a half means 24, no, sir?
Yeah, 24. 24 it is.
Sir, but teachers doesn't give like that, sir. They say only 23 and a half.
Okay, no, 23 and a
They're
half.
not counting the half, sir.
Yeah, 23 and a half. Look, I'll tell you all. 21 and a half. 23 and a half, they'll double it for 25. Okay, if you double this, you get 23 plus 23 is 46. And for half, you get 1 extra, 47. So Tanishka will get 47 out of 50. Okay, and Dhriti, what's the double? 36, right? 36 out of 50. And Diyashri, 42, you get 43.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
Sir, I'll get 40 out of 50, sir. Sir, I didn't get 21 and a half, sir. I got 22.
Oh, 22. If it's 22, you'll get 44. Okay, Cherisha.
Sir, 19 and a half, sir.
Even Cherisha, that is less. This paper was very easy, students. How many times I've told you all?
Sir, the steps was correct, sir, but the last answer had got wrong, sir.
Steps were correct. Last answer. No, at least wherever you all gone wrong, even last time I told you all, right? Any question, make a note of that. Did you all write those questions?
So yes, sir.
No, the solution what you have written. If you send me, I can check where you have gone wrong. Fine. 19 and a half. If you double this, you get 38, 39.
So but I have one doubt. So I got 22 and a half. So and ma'am added 1 and a half. So 22 plus 1 is 23 and half plus half is 24.
So, yeah, you're supposed to get 24. You should have got it corrected, right?
So I was in a hurry. So ma'am just she just added the marks and she forgot to write it on top of the paper.
Okay, you can tell her tomorrow, Tanishka. Okay, reminder 24, that makes 48. You don't get 47, you get 48. 24 is 48. Okay, the 1 mark, where did you lose that? MCQ, right?
So yes, sir.
Okay, MCQ, we lost
So
it.
and then another question. I forgot to cancel it. So.
Okay, then 1.5 is proper. By mistake, ma'am has given 1.5. You're supposed to get only 1 mark extra, I guess. Okay, others who got marks? Other students?
So no, sir, but ma'am told.
Akansha, what's the...
So yes, Akansha. 18, sir.
Talk a bit loud.
So I got 18, sir.
18, very good. 18, 2 students 18. Just because I told you all should get 18 plus 18 above, you're telling me 80, exactly 18, or how much did you get? 16, 17?
Okay, 18, sir.
Okay, even this is less.
I
Yeah.
got marks and things, sir.
Okay, did any of your friends see your paper? Tanishka,
So I saw
how much did she get?
No, sir, she got so first she got 16, sir, and then she actually ma'am forgot to add marks.
Okay,
so
fine.
She went and told and ma'am added the marks.
Yeah, because Akansha, when you sent a message after test, you told me you did everything, right?
So yes, sir, I don't know, like I lost marks, sir. I
So
don't know.
yeah, what does it mean? If everything is right, you should have got 25.
I've done some mistakes, sir. I just forgot.
So now we all know what mistakes you'll have done. I think just because you don't attend every day, don't submit homework. Fine, Dhriti, Cherisha, even Cherisha will get, if you consider as 20 or 39, 36. Who has to get? Akansha got 36. Mariana, how much did you get?
No, sir, like out of 25, how much, sir?
18. Yeah, I think Mariana. No, Mariana, Adya 36. Then who was the other student? Joanna full and who else?
19, sir.
19? Did you get 19? Okay. Adya 39 and Mariana 39. 19. Sherlin 50. Who else? Who has to get? What about Mariam?
So I got 19, sir.
19?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 19. When you double that, you get 38. 19 plus 19. Okay, how many students?
19 and a half, is it considered as 20?
19 and a half. 19. How much is 19 plus 19, Cherisha?
So why have you written 22, sir?
Just a minute. Who else have to join?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Joanna.
Sir, now can I join?
Yeah, rejoin. Okay. Yeah, how many students? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, Lemula won't be attending today. Yeah, how much did Lemula get?
Sir, 22, sir.
22.
Sir, except Joanna and Sherlin who got highest, sir.
Let me check. Except Joanna. Yeah, Joanna, can you see the screen? Others, can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Let me see. Where did I write 22? Okay, it has to be 24. Yeah, 24. In your report card, this is what you get to do. You don't get it for 25, you get it for 50, right? Marks are evaluated for 50.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's for 50.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, whose name did I miss? 4, 5 plus 4, 10,
Sir,
8,
Lemula.
10. Yeah, Lemula. How much did Lemula score?
Sir, 22, sir.
22, that is 44.
Sir, she's in C section.
C section, okay.
Yes.
So who got less than 18? Any student less than 18? Nobody? What shall we do? Shall we for 18 or shall I consider 20? Less than 20 new group? Or is it fine?
Sir, 18 is fine.
Everything is 18 is also fine. Okay, these two students have got 50. Okay, full. After that, second highest Tanishka 48. Then Lemula. Okay, both are considered first, second, third. After 44, which is close. Okay, 3 students 39.
Sir, 41 and Ditya and Lemula, sir. No, Diya and Lemula.
No, DSD also got
Sir,
44.
even my-
Okay, correct. 44. Third. Okay, DSD Lemula. Good. DSD, I told you 18, right? 18 above. You should score 18 plus.
Yeah.
What you have, yeah, managed to get 44. Good. Okay,
Yes.
18.
Sir, Mariam also got 19, so then why 38, sir?
Yeah, 19 plus 19. 19 into 2, right? (19 into 2 is 38, Mariana. For 50 marks. This is for 50.
So then even I got 38, sir.
Yeah, even you got. But I missed your name.
You remember my name, sir?
Okay, I think you and Adya had scored same. 19, so 38. That is 38. Okay, fine. 38, 36. 2 students. Dhriti and Akansha.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
Dhriti excuse. First time. She's attending for the first time, right? So no problem. 18 is good. Average. Akansha worst. In spite of taking tuition for 1.5 years and attending every day. Is Akansha online?
Yes, sir.
Students, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem. Akansha 36. Next time you have to score well. Okay, Akansha and Dhriti.
Okay, sir.
Why is Akansha crying?
So I think so because in school only she started
Is it?
crying.
Turn on your video, Akansha. There is Akansha. Which student is missing?
Yes, sir.
Diyashri. Okay, Lemula.
Yes.
No.
So the ma'am started 3B.
3B, okay. Fine,
So she
can
told the questions which are cancelled in exercise
cancel.
3B, sir.
Okay, I'll make a note of that later. First, we'll finish this. We'll continue with the second question. How many questions? Yeah, Joanna, did you get the answer for 11025?
Yes, sir, I did.
Yeah. What's the answer?
Sir, 5 into 5, 3 into 3, and 7 into 7, sir.
Okay, now what are the values? 5 into how many times?
Sir, 2205.
2205. Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then
So,
5.
and then 441.
Then
144 times 147, sir, sorry.
okay, 147. Then 3 4s are 12. 49. 7 into 7, right? Okay, others, we did this yesterday. You'll remember this question. Second main, first one, root. Other students. So the values, what are the values we get? What are the values we get here? 5 into 5. Yeah, 3 into 3 and 7 into 7. This. Okay, so whatever values you get, we have to just take it once. 3 into 3, 7 into 7. So what's the final answer? 5 into 3 into 7. What's the square root of 11025? Yeah, 105.
105.
Yes. Okay, next question was given for homework. Third question, did you all try the second and third? Student, is there any lag in my voice? Is it audible?
No, sir. Sir, we can hear
It's
you.
proper, right? Okay. And this question, Joanna 36900 is given. When you find the square root of any value, what's the square root of 100, Joanna? What's the square root of 100?
Sir, 10.
10. When you use prime factorization method, you'll get 10. So how many zeros do we have here?
Sir, 2.
2. So when you find prime factorization method, from 2 0 it get converted into one single value, right? So the answer is 10.
Yes, sir.
So in this question, second question, what you do is, when two values are given, how many zeros you get? In the main answer, how many zeros you get?
1, sir.
1 0. So you don't have to find the square root of entire value. Just write one. For these two, you get 1 0. So you have to find the LCM, prime factorization method, for this. Only these four numbers. And whatever you get,
Okay.
write it along with 1 0. That will be your final answer. Okay, you can try that later. Do it later. Okay, let's move on to the third one. Third question. Yes, Akansha, read out the third question. Third main, first one. Page number 38.
So it is, one minute. Yes, sir. Find the smallest number by which 2595 be multiplied so that the product is perfect square.
Okay. Find the smallest number by which this number has to be multiplied so that the product is perfect square. What do you mean by perfect square? A perfect square will have how many same numbers? What is perfect square? What is perfect square?
So you're asking me, sir?
Yeah, anyone can answer. What is perfect? All of you all. What is perfect square? When you find the root of some value,
No, a number which is not a fraction nor a decimal
yeah,
sense.
a number which you don't get fraction or decimal. What is the square root of 25? Is 5.
5, sir.
Why? So 25 is a perfect square. Okay, we call it as perfect square numbers. Whichever numbers you get perfect square values. What about 49? Is it a perfect square or not?
It is a
It is a perfect square. What's the square root of 49?
7.
7.
So 7.
Yeah, good. Square root of 49 is 7. We use prime factorization method. Now look at this. 49, 7 into 7. Right? So 7 into 7. How many times 7 is present here? How many 7s do we have? 2.
2 times.
So from 2, yeah, from this pair, who was the student? Hey Sherlyn, when did you leave?
So when you did the second main,
Okay, third main. We have gone to the third main. Second main I've explained yesterday, right? Second main I did. Okay, third main. Third main, first question. You have to do it. You'll try it for homework. Same, use prime factorization method. If you're not getting, I'll do it later. Okay, third main, first question. Find the smallest number by which 259. Before solving that, first perfect numbers. The meaning of perfect number is, Adya, mute the call, Adya.
Sorry.
The meaning of perfect square is any value. What's the square root of 25? Sherlyn?
5.
5. So any value which completely we get the answer. That is known as perfect square numbers. So 25 is a perfect square number. Okay. Now look. If when there is perfect square, you should even have the opposite value, right? Which is not perfect, non-perfect squares or something like that. Okay, fine. Now yesterday I told you all to memorize square from 1 to 20, right? What's 1 square? 1. 2 square is
1.
4.
4.
9. So these are the answers which we get after squaring. What do we call these numbers as? Perfect square. Perfect square numbers. That is, when you take the square root, you shouldn't get any remainder. Perfect square numbers. Okay, now look at this. When you have perfect square numbers, we have 1, 4 and 9. In between 2, there is 2 and 3. In between 4 and 9, what are the numbers present? 5, 6, 7, 8, right? 5, 6 and 7, 8. Are these perfect square? Are these perfect square? No. What's the reason? Let me take any one value. Out of these values, let me take 7. We use prime factorization method. We'll start from 2. Is it divisible from 2? I mean divisible by 2? No. We use 7 ones are, right? 7 ones are 7. How many 7s do we have? How many 7s we get? Only 1. Only 1. So to be a perfect square, how many numbers you have to get? 2 same numbers. So that's the concept of perfect square. You have to get 2 same numbers. We are not getting 2 same numbers. We get only 1. So 7 is not a perfect square. What about 8? Try 8, students. Find the factorization. Factorize 8. So if there is perfect square, there are also imperfect square numbers. So we start with 2. 2 4s are 8. 2 2s are 4. Then 2 1s are 1. So how many values do we get here? How many 2s do we get? 3. 2 into 2 into 2. But according to square chapter, perfect square, you have to pair with how many numbers? 2 numbers each. So for this we have 2 numbers. For this do we have 2 or 1? What do we have? For this we have 2 values. For this we have only 1, right? So is 8 a perfect square? Is 8 a perfect square? No. 8 is not a perfect square. Okay, 8 is not a perfect square. Fine. Look, for this 2, from here we'll continue this topic. So I told you all to find the square root of 8. We used factorization method. Yes, Mariana.
Sir, can I rejoin, sir?
Why? What's the problem?
Sir, no, sir, when you write it comes late.
Is it?
Yes.
Others? Is it same problem?
Sir, even for me.
Yeah, I think because of network issues. Let me check. Yeah, that's the reason I asked you all, student. Was there any lag or something? I think because of net. Is Marianne online?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just stay online, Marianne.
Yes.
Let me check. Just stay online. Yes, is it fine now? Can I write something?
Sir, it's okay.
No, is it fine? Others? See, let me
Sir,
write
can you write
2 into 2 into 2.
No, sir. It's like that. Sir, no, sir. No.
Okay, give me a minute, I'll check. Yeah, yeah, just check now, students. I'll write 5 into 2. Is it fine? Yes, still
Sir, no, sir.
does problem.
Sir, it's the same.